You are live. Okay, I'm live. And that's me right there in the background. What's up? Wow. I can actually smell the smoke out here because my used to be me out here all the time smoking, but now my stepdad smokes out here because I'm not smoking anymore. So I can see it. I thought it was my jacket. I'm like, my jacket probably does smell too, but I just smelled like real heavy cigarette smoke. Let me turn and look in the ashtrays right there. Got my bubbly. What's up, mate? I don't know how long I'm going to be out here. Was actually just working on the computer, but I got kind of tired of staring at it, and I'm staring at it so long. I'm starting to get all like woo spacey. I don't know this stroke that I had and where I had it in the cerebrum, the down part. I get vertigo a lot. I don't know if you ever had vertigo, but you lose your balance. But it's not like just like I don't know. It's weird. Your head just kind of spins sometimes, and I don't know. It's a weird one. Makes me kind of feel like I'm a little too drunk all the time. Like when you get to that point, if you're a drinker and you get to that point that you just sort of start, not walking so good, or your your aim for grabbing things is kind of a little off. But you're at the point that you know that it's off. You're not just so drunk that people go, dude, what are you drunk? You're like stumbling and you're falling, and you're like, no, I'm not. I'm walking fine. No, it's kind of like you're drunk and you know you're drunk. But I do exercise every day. I have barbells. I've been exercising with my arms and the barbells, doing like 30 and 40 at a time. And I walk around the house, get up and out of the chair, and I walk up and down the stairs. Well, I've been doing like once a day. Like my parents, there's an upstairs to their room. So I've been practicing that and walking up it and then walking back down it. Probably not as much as I should be walking, but I don't know. I don't need the walker, but when I'm going to go walk on my own and walk a ways, I use the walker. But it's hard when I use a walker and it catches on all the bumps and I don't know, it hooks on something and then the walker starts to go to the left and then my whole body goes to the left. It's like I'm almost more dangerous and can't walk as well with the walker as I can without it. So it's really weird too because I'm pretty stable when I walk. I mean, I kind of lean once in a while. What I realized is once you start to go down, the problem is you go down a lot harder. It's like if you were really drunk. Once you start to fall, it just seems like you fall a lot harder and a lot quicker. So I got to be safe. I got to remember that because if I fall down, I could hit my head really hard, or I could fall on and try with my arm out and not be in a position to and catch it wrong and end up breaking my arm or something. So I can't just feel like, oh, I can walk. If I start to fall, I can handle it. I used to skateboard. I can fall all the time. No, it's that's not the case. When you've had a stroke and you're off balance like that, when you fall, it's like one of those America's Home videos where you see people just really slam. Yeah, and you don't want to do that. I've only fallen once. I fell kind of backwards once. Actually, instead of sitting up and kind of orient myself in the morning, I sat up and got out of bed like quick. I kind of leaned and then I kind of started to go and then put my foot down and my foot was kind of slid. I was falling backwards, so I just kind of dropped to my butt. I just figured rather than gaining more momentum and maybe slamming into the wall, I just dropped. I'm like, I'm going down. And I've kind of fallen forward to the side sometimes, but uh, inside, there's a wall close enough that I can. So I put my hand on something, and that just like having it on the walker, it stabilizes you pretty good. Anybody see that video I stuck up today? Sorry, that was kind of rushed. I just found that old the McKenzie brothers. I remember them from the 80s and I found that. Thanks. Yeah, I spent my time. I just don't have, my insurance won't cover the recovery yet. So I did the recovery when I was in the hospital. And I've been kind of doing what I did in there now that I'm out. But a lot of what they were doing was, I mean, the physical stuff is what I kind of need, but a lot of it with them was making sure I could shower and I could dress myself. They were teaching me or making sure that I could, handle myself and didn't need a in-house person, nurse or whatever to work with me. And I've been here, I've been showering on my own, I can brush my teeth, I can feed myself. And I've been doing, like I said, some of the exercises, some of the stuff with my legs and that. A lot of it was they were trying to teach me was the balance stuff. And I mean, they were amazed. They said I was doing really, really well for what had happened to me. And it's better now, but they said it takes like a year and a half because the brain's like the longest to heal. So I'm doing all right. If I'm sitting and not moving, I feel fine. If I'm like laying in a bed, I feel fine. It's when it's motion. You haven't tried to tie a fishing knot yet. I'm pretty sure I could tie a fishing knot. I mean, I did the editing for that last video and the filming. I just spent last night editing a new video. I mean, I tell you after a stroke that actually playing video games on the computer, that sort of eye-hand thing is good for you. It gets the brain working. So I think getting back to doing my editing again and concentrating on that and moving all the files around and all that is sort of the same thing. And I have a pretty good video coming out. I'm trying to get back to the Tuesday, Wednesday rotation again. I mean, Wednesday, Friday rotation, Tuesday. I don't know why I threw the one up today, just because I wanted to put one up. But I have one for Wednesday and Friday this week. Old videos, some old stuff I found that I filmed. One was a house party I threw at my house that I actually filmed, which is pretty good. I still have some more old skateboarding stuff. And I have some documentary style stuff. So I said I'm getting there. Luckily, I fed in, well, not all that old video stuff I have, but a lot of it. And it's a lot easier to do that old school stuff that I've already filmed that I just got to find a way to sort of orchestrate and put together. Then actually sit down and film a bunch of segments and put them together for a whole one. I did some of the best stuff before. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I don't know, I'm kind of trying to get away from the fishing videos right now. I wasn't a fishing video person when I started filming and wanting to be creative with my camera. I was more of a vlogger. So I'm trying to get back to do some, I don't know, I'm just doing some vlogging stuff. Where you saw that old one I put up just a little bit ago where I followed my friend around all day. I don't know. I'm just not that motivated now. Yeah, I have it, but I don't know. I just, people didn't, I mean, some people liked my fishing stuff, but a lot of people didn't like it. I have nothing against it. I mean, I kept trying to do them and tell people, hey, like me, like me, like me. But hey, people don't like it, they don't like it. I'm not going to change me. Try and get people to like me. If they don't like me as a bass fisherman, all the guys that fish tournaments with me didn't really get along with me as a bass fisherman. That's no big deal. I got enough on there. If they want to find it, they can find it. I can move on. That's why I said my thing was always, how do I get them to like me more? But, you know, not everybody's going to like everybody. So I fish the way I fish and I do what I do. I'm old school and have old stuff. Nowadays, most of these fishermen on YouTube and that, they want you to have the newest reels, newest poles, the newest baits, fish the newest stuff. It's not me. It's not how I catch fish. I'll teach them how the old man in the beat up boat catches fish. But I'm not gonna, I don't know. I've learned all that since almost dying, you know, and basically I came back from the dead, according to the doctors. I didn't see it that way, but they said it was that way. Yeah, I know. Now I have that worry in my head. It's like somebody said, like, I don't know. I see about people that say they have cancer or had cancer. It's like you worry about getting it, but then when you do get it, then everything changes because you have it. And then you worry about like if you're gonna wake up the next day or is it gonna get worse or is it gonna get bit. I mean, I made it through the stroke, but now that I've had it and I'm living with it, it's like, am I just gonna go on like this or will something else happen? Or, you know, it's just like you get different stuff. Like, I mean, a lot of people that have a stroke live 20, 30 years after that without having another one. And they all seem to think I'm going to be fine. I'm doing fine. And I had the brain surgery just sort of repair an issue I had. Don't come on then, Corn, because those are the worst. Or Kenny, don't, yeah. Whoever had the day drunk, yeah, those are the worst, man. I don't blame you. When I used to have a hangover, like, I was done. Like, just put an X on this day for the calendar because I didn't do anything that day. Yeah, yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah, I mean, it's like it's funny because I was at the doctor's, the neurologist. I was there with him the other day. I go in and have meetings with him. And he's checking me all out, and he goes, "How you doing?" I'm all, "Well, I'm doing better. Like on some of the exercises I do, and I'm better." But I'm like, I'm worried about going backwards. And he's like, he didn't hear what I said, and he's like, "What? Wait, huh? What?" Hey, Just Fish. He goes, "Oh, well, it takes, the brain. It takes about a year. You got about a year, 18 months is the time that the brain can heal. And after that, it probably won't heal much more." And I said, "No, I'm worried about going backwards. Like, can I get worse than I am right now later on?" Like, he goes, "You're doing great right now. Your brain's already recovered really, really well. Why would you think that?" I'm like, it's just, it's just the way I am. I'm like, everybody keeps telling me how good I'm doing. I'm like, thanks. I mean, this is me. This is what I'll always do, try to become, after a situation, better and better and better. But I'm doing so good already. I'm worried, can I go backwards? And so that's what kind of freaks me out. I mean, I'm getting better at the editing now. For some reason, it's frustrating me. It drives me crazy sitting at the computer. Probably because I've had brain damage. But when I'm working and I'm editing things and that, I get kind of scattered and I kind of forget what I'm doing more than before. But that was when I hadn't had brain surgery and stuff. So, but the more I do it, the better I feel doing it, and the more it feels normal. So that's good. It's it's been what, like 3 months now, 1.5. I think end of November I went in. December, January, February. So yeah, it's been like 4 months now. I'm just having trouble getting the motivation to actually sit and edit, or to go sit down and film just what little bit I need to film to make a video with the stuff I already have on the computer. It's like I'd rather just sit. I'd rather just sit and get ideas now rather than finish the ideas. I guess I'm like a stoner now. Yeah. And I had one lady call me from the hospital. I kind of touched on this last week, I think. Yeah, I know, but I'm a YouTuber and I come from the gotta stay on your pattern, and uploading it consistent and fairly often consistently is what you're supposed to do. So that's what's kind of thrown me. No, I mean, as pipe dreams, a lot of stoners sit and smoke the pot and get fantastic ideas for creating things, but they're never motivated to do it because they're always so stoned. Well, I'm kind of getting that way now. I'm watching things like watching Ridiculous now because he deals with, well, the YouTube videos, and he puts them together sort of in an order. And so the way the show's put together, the videos aren't his, he's just finding them, but the way he's orchestrating them. So I watch that to kind of get ideas. I was talking about going. Yeah, so I have new ideas for like the one I'm doing now. It's almost done. I'm gonna put it up on Wednesday, and I have another one for Friday. And they're videos I found and videos I was looking at here, but I was kind of like, all right, well, how do I orchestrate this into a YouTube video? But the Epiphany was kind of that last one, that one I put up last week, 80s vlogging. Kind of had it. So one's an old party I had at my house, and another one is I crashed a couple hotel rooms of sorority and fraternity people after a function we had, and I was at it, and I knew where, I was with them, so I knew where they were. So I showed up at the after party at the hotel rooms in the morning, but I had my camera with me and tapes and started filming, which freaked them all out. I didn't even know I did it. I found the footage, but it's kind of funny. Back in the 80s, nobody had cameras. Very few. If you had a camera, your parents had a camera. When did you use it? Like twice a year? Use it for your birthday? Used it for Christmas? You might have used it for Easter or something, but it was like you used cameras very little and for specific situations. It's not like now where everybody has a camera on their phone where no matter where they are, no matter the situation, they can pull it out and start filming. If somebody says a bad word to you, you can start filming it. So 35 years ago, knocking the door when they open it up and there's a full camera in their face. And my camera was like that big. It was huge. It was like a news camera. And so I got the reactions to that. So I want to put that one up. And I have some other, I said, well, I showed you guys how many videos I had. I was specifically looking for skateboarding stuff, but I found out I had so much just life stuff on there. And now, after the situation that happened with me, the life stuff is really kind of fun to have. Hey, Eve. Yeah. Sorry, I get a little slow when a comment pops up. Ugh. Back to the fun but not really fun water. Sure wish it was sugared at least a little. It's strawberry blackberry, great flavor, but without being sweet, just teases you. So it's like chewing 2-year-old gum. You know it's blueberry or strawberry. You know it has a flavor to it, but there's no sugar in it. It's just like nothingness flavor. But I do have my Tootsie Pop. This one's actually orange. Last week was cherry. I was going to make a lasagna and bring it out here, but I didn't. Oh, Bryce says hi. Thank you. Hi back. Yeah, I'm still here. I'll be here till the end. People keep saying glad you're feeling better. I'm like, oh, I never felt like sick. I just don't feel motivated. But it's kind of getting there. I'm actually kind of getting bored of being bored. Because I used to work all the time and do stuff all the time. Now I'm just sit and watch TV. That's like, but I mean, it's not like I can go ride my bike. It's not like I can jump in the car and go fishing. Even if I didn't film, I just can't do that stuff anymore. I'm stuck here, basically. When I have doctor's appointments that I get to get out and I get to walk around. But editing helps. And like I said, I'm starting to get the editing thing going. It's just it's the vertigo right now. The vertigo is what's really like I'm trying to get used to it. Like if I go like this and put my head all the way back, hey, it didn't do it that time. Yeah, sometimes when I do that, yeah, I get really. Hey, Joe's. Yeah, it's just like it's like when you stand up and you get kind of lightheaded, but a little more intense. I don't know if you guys have ever had vertigo, but I didn't know how. I didn't want to describe it as vertigo, but even when I'm in with the doctors now, they go. I start to mention stuff about how I'm feeling that, and they go, "Oh, you get that vertigo thing?" I'm all, "Yes, thank you. That's what it is. It's a vertigo. It's not just being off balance. Vertigo and being off balance. That's a totally different sensation. I mean, sometimes when you lean, yeah. I said I had it a couple times before the stroke, but now because of where it was, my stroke was, that's the feeling I get. My mom gets it too. And I mean, sometimes people get vertigo and they have to stay in bed and not stand up for like a month at a time. And so that's why when I'm sitting, hey, I'm fine. I'm a master with the remote going channel. But when I stand up and walk to the kitchen and have to like take things out of the drawers and put something in the microwave, and a lot of times just that movement gets me all like, whoa, I gotta stop here for a sec. My eyes are rolling. My eyes start like literally spinning. Oh, I have to actually like. Yeah, I hear you there. Oh, really? That's where the term "your marbles are off" comes from? Yeah. Hey, Bryce. Yeah, it's totally different. And sometimes you kind of like you actually like shake. Well, not now it doesn't do it, but when I used to get it before the stroke, when I had vertigo, when I would lean a certain way, it was kind of like I kind of like went like that. My whole body just kind of hit this little like weird shake thing, and I lost my balance, almost fell over. Now it's smooth, but it's kind of the same thing. About the whiskey, yeah, yeah, it's weird because it's like your body goes towards the offness. Like I'll sit here and I'll kind of lean this way, and I'll get the kind of vertigo thing, and it's like somebody's pushing my body this way more. Like it's like you have this invisible vertigo person that if you lose your balance a little bit forward, it's like they just give you the straight arm from behind and just push your body in that direction. Yeah, they've been trying to give me like seasickness pills because I mean sometimes my stomach gets upset from it or something, I might throw up, but I'm sure they have certain pills in that people take that get vertigo or suffer from it. If it gets too bad, I once got vertigo. Yeah, it's like, is it like fishing on a dock all day and trying? I don't know. I said it's weird. It's like I think I just described it when you start to lose I mean, sometimes it's kind of like your head just kind of like goes on its own, like somebody has their hand on each side of your head and they're going like this with it. But with the body motion, it's like if I lean this way, it, it's kind of like somebody, once I lose my balance, it's like somebody went, "Oh, you're falling that way? Here." And they've given you a shove and to try and hold your body back from that. And that's why when you do fall and you hit harder. Because, like, it's almost like you're just too drunk. Like, you got so drunk that your balance is totally gone. It's spinning. Yeah, your head starts spinning. Yeah, I don't know. It's just because, like I said, I'm getting used to it. So, like, when I walk out in the kitchen and stuff, I'm like, they keep saying I'm gonna fall and be careful and always carry your phone with you in case you fall and you can't get up. I'm like, I don't think I'm that bad off, guys. But then every once in a while, I'll move a certain way or something, and all of a sudden, I mean, it's like I've had 3 cases of beer, and I have no control over my balance, and I have to freak out and like grab something to hold myself up, and then I'm kind of like, whew, thank God I didn't go down, because if I would have gone down, I would have gone down hard, and I was heading right towards a bench with a bunch of chairs that I might have hit and tried to grab and lost my balance and slammed head first really hard into the wall. Well, it's more like drinking on the dock in a hot sun all day. Too long. I'm falling and I can't get up. Yeah, that's kind of it. You need to wear, yeah. I mean, a lot of people have that, or people have epilepsy. They sometimes go into seizures and not wear helmets all the time. Yeah, all that stuff is weird. I mean, obviously, I used to drink enough that I was at that point. Sometimes when I go in the house, or I fell off the porch. And remember one time I fell and I broke the pot on the porch because I started to get up and I leaned forward and I lost my balance and I like just totally went head first towards that corner of the porch where the pot was, and I slammed it with my head and broke the pot. And one time I got up and I turned around and I started to fall backwards and I actually fell right off the porch down both stairs and knocked a big pot over. So yeah, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like now I'm permanently drunk. It's it's kind of sad, but it's funny because I used to like to just sit out here and get drunk, but that I can control because once I started to get a little too much, I could stop. Now I can't stop it. It's just the way I am after the stroke. It's something I have to deal with, something I have to learn how to deal, and hopefully, it's only been 4 months, and I got up to like 18 months of heal time for brains. Well, yeah, it's cheaper. I know. Is that really a way to put it? Careful what you wish for. I mean, like, yeah, I like to get a little, but with the off balance stuff came the relaxing in my head from it. Now I have the off balance, but no relaxing in my head. So it's a double edged sword. It's got its pluses and it's got its minuses. But I'm I said I'm getting used to it. I just have to learn to be a little bit more of a gimp and not get cocky with it and be like, oh sure, but I'm fine. I can do this and I can do that, and then fall down and hurt myself again. I thought I already gave him a blue wrench. Didn't I already give him a blue wrench? Whoa, what the hell? Oh, it won't let me do it here. I have to be on a regular feed. I thought I gave him one though. Gave it. Oh, did he? Oh, I don't remember. Yeah, but I said everybody. I mean, don't want to get cocky with this. I think that's how I fell down. I hit my head when I was in the hospital, and I had to get brain surgery because I whacked my head so hard. I think it was because I got cocky and I said, "Oh yeah, sure, I've had a stroke, but I'm fine. Watch this." And I probably lost my balance and fell off the bed. I don't know, either that or I just got up too quick and fell off the bed. I mean, at that point, I was on those drugs. I don't know. I probably just fell out because nobody was watching me, and I stood up, or I got up and I leaned forward and slipped because they should have been watching me better. But now that I've been out so long and I'm getting to understand myself, I said like the one time I did fall because I sat up and got up out of bed right away after sleeping all night. And I just kind of lost myself. Gotta watch that. A lot of times when I cough is when I upset my stomach. Gotta kind of relax right now. So I get the phlegm in my throat and I breathe and it kind of tickles me and then I want to cough. So relax, breathe deep. I still want to throw up. I have enough stuff in my stomach right now that I could throw up. That's why I've kind of had to pace how I eat now. Okay, fish. Yeah, that's been my problem since I've been home. Well, it started in the hospital, but since I've been home, I've had a habit of throwing up every once in a while. Not like I just throw up a couple times, get stuff out of my stomach, and I'm fine. It's not like my stomach gets really upset. It's just I don't know, when I cough and it shakes. It's been happening since they've given me all the medicine and vitamins to take. I think my stomach just doesn't like all the vitamins and that because vitamins taste nasty. And so you get like 20, 30 vitamins and medicine in your stomach. Your stomach gets pretty disgusting. And so sometimes my body just wants to throw it up. It's not throwing up the food because it's the food. It's just throwing up because of the other stuff that's in there and the taste. The food happens to be there, so it's the first thing to go. If you're going to throw up, it's better to have stuff in your stomach. What a great topic to have on here. Because if I have nothing in there, then I'm like deep heaving and deep heaving. It's like trying to reach down to my balls to find something to throw up. Aftertaste blues. Yeah. Yeah, if I have stuff in it, then my stomach goes, oh, and I throw up a bunch of stuff a couple times, and it's like, cool, we did it. All right, eat again. We're fine now. There's nothing in there. My stomach just keeps reaching, like further and further down the intestines to try and get something to satisfy the act of trying to throw something up. I wonder if this, I wonder if this could be demonetized because of throw up conversation. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, because I never really had an issue of puking much, even as a drinker I was. But since I went to the hospital and I was getting like 40, 50 pills a day, which were medicine and a bunch of B vitamins. They give me like 6 different B vitamins. Um, really, yeah. I didn't really take it to that, but I don't even take aspirin, so, and I don't take vitamins, so I don't usually have stuff like that in my stomach, but it's just the way my stomach's been since the introduction of vitamins and pills. Because vitamins, sometimes they give me all the vitamins in the morning and I get the pills later or whatever. But man, they give me those vitamins and I was like burping up terrible tasting stuff like all day until I finally ate some. Because I would take all that vitamin stuff before eating because they would come early in the morning and I don't eat until late, until like noon and that. So I wasn't hungry. And I didn't want to just like eat a bunch of stuff just so I could take the pills. So I would just take the pills when they in my stomach. But well, it's been a learning curve. But I am learning that yeah, there's stuff I like. It's kind of like I'm pregnant now. Here's a weird thing. It's kind of like I'm pregnant because I kind of have cravings for things. Like for like 2 weeks, I ate tons of lettuce. Salads. I had salads. Salads with croutons and ranch dressing. I had one every day for like 3 weeks straight. And now I'm over it. I like don't even feel like having any lettuce or ranch dressing. And I was eating those chicken. We have those. They're like a pita bread with chicken and cheese in it, like a breaded chicken thing in it. I don't know. Suddenly those didn't taste good to me at all. Blah. I used to eat them like crazy. Now I don't. I said it's kind of like I don't know. Women have cravings and things they can eat and things they can't eat when they're pregnant. It's kind of like I'm pregnant now, and I'm really into sweets now. I used to never eat candy and that, but now when I went to the dollar store because I have a $50 gift certificate, I'm buying Twizzlers, I'm buying Red Vines, I'm buying Starburst, I'm buying Mentos. I'm like in this total sugar cake now. I don't know. But I really haven't. I haven't thrown up now in like a week or two. Oh, I don't know. I've been watching the cooking channel a lot. I really like watching 3D diners, drive-ins, and dives with Fia- Fiasco. No, that's not his last name. Fiote guy. I like that. I watch his grocery games. I watch beating Bobby Fry. Because I used to cook. I mean, I cooked at Cal Poly. I cooked at a restaurant in Carmel. I like cooking. Cooking's fun. So I watch that and then I think about it and then I'm looking at what I have. I don't have anything here. Everything's sort of pre-made here. Guy Fieri, yeah. My parents can't understand. They're like, why do you watch that cooking and food all the time? I'm like, I don't know. I like to watch it. I like to see how they mix it together. I like their interaction, talking to each other, and it's a show. I like kind of watching the way they film it and the way he puts it all together and stuff. I mean, I don't really watch TV shows just to watch them. When I watch them, I'm usually watching how they're orchestrated, how they're put together. You know, the beginning to end and all that stuff. Yeah, and I like how he filmed it from his car. He brought his car into being part of it, and the 3D diners, drive-ins, and dives. It just became that way. I don't think that's how he started it. And then he brought in his grocery games. I don't know. I just like the way he makes the show, and so I like to watch it. Then my mom comes in and like, why are you watching? I mean, I didn't mind being George Costanza before the stroke. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I used to avoid him when I was here. You know, I was editing all day or filming stuff, and then at night I was always out here, and I stayed out here until they went to bed. And then I went and went to bed. But now, because of the stroke, and I'm here with them, and I'm like, well, I'll spend time with them I want to. So I'll sit in there and watch TV and stuff with them when they're in there. But it's getting annoying. I, I mean, the generational gap and what they like and what I like are so different. It's like it's tough, and I have to hold myself back from like wanting to start debates. I just have to kind of go, okay, you like that, you watch that. I'll go away now. And they don't usually watch TV all day, so I'm in there doing it. About 6 o'clock, my mom comes in. Yeah, I know. I like watching the show too because of his hair. You can tell how it's been because of his hair. Like he'll start a show where they completely blonde, and then by how far? I mean, the shows are all a half hour, but you can tell if he filmed it all right away or if it took him a while to film because suddenly he's at the same place with the same people filming further into the show, and he'll have like a lot of black hair at the base of his blonde, and I'm like, oh, this is like 3 days later he's filming. Hey NJ, I don't know. That's like me with my beard. Lost 5 pounder. Oh, I haven't been down there in a while either. I don't even care. I don't even know. I mean, we're in April now, right? Me as a fisherman, I don't even know what month it is. Yeah, but I said that's kind of like me with but I had to watch this a lot of times when I was filming because sometimes I'd film an intro and then I wouldn't end up filming the show for a while, and so suddenly I filmed the intro and it was like this, and then when I filmed the show it was like really long. So a lot of times I would have to shave it before I filmed the show because I went too long between filming the intro and filming the ending. So that's why I like it with him because I can tell by the dye in his hair how long it's been, how much black is in his roots. Oh, really? Oh, Oh, he's friends with the DJ Blaze. Nice. He seems like a really cool guy. I mean, I've liked him. I mean, I've watched him since the beginning. It's just now that I'm back to watching TV, because I haven't really watched it for like 10 years much. I mean, I watch sports maybe, but pretty much since Seinfeld, there's nothing I'd like to watch that's a consistent on TV thing, like a sitcom or something. I used to love Everybody Loves Raymond and King of Queens and Seinfeld, but then, I mean, plus when I moved to San Francisco with my store in that. When I moved to San Francisco, I didn't really have a TV, so I stopped watching then. I've been back here for like 10 years now, and I never watch it, but now that I'm back to watching it, I started watching Guy again. I've been watching, I said, by Fry. I watched the old Big Bang Theory. I watch older Seinfelds. Now I found Everybody Loves Raymond and what's his buddies? The bigger guy. I just said it earlier anyway, but he's on right now. I've been watching him. I just can't watch all of the newer. There's not that good stuff on TV anymore. There's a lot of really good, like Castle, a lot of detective stuff, and NCI and CI or NCIS and Law and Order. Some of those I still watch. There's not much. There's not that good a comedy, I find. Of course, I think it's generational, and I'm like, they think it's funny, but I'm like already past it. I'm like, nope. I was too old when this was molding you to become the humorist you are right now. So I don't find this funny. I find it third-rate humor and kind of stupid. I do see how it's generational now, though. That's actually why Jay Leno left the Tonight Show, because he said he was getting too old. There was too much of a gap. He's like, he'd sit down and he wouldn't even know who he's in, or he'd never heard of them. And they're like, they're an influencer, or they're like, have a hit movie or a hit song. And Jay's like, I don't know who you are. I've never heard of you. And so it was kind of hard for him to keep into the flow of the song and feel motivated to do it anymore when he didn't care about the people coming on. And at that point, a lot of the older people that he would like to have on, they're too busy and have other stuff going on. That, they don't want to come in anymore. I mean, or unfortunately, they're dead. So can't have them on if they're dead. But I can kind of see that. I'm really seeing it now with being stuck in the room and watching television with my mom. That's the next generation, and what she finds is humorous and not humorous. We've been through COVID. Oh, cold and flu symptoms. Oh, well, once you have it, you're immune to it even more. So I guess if you survive it, that's a good thing. Yeah, the newest thing that newest thing now is she's annoyed by commercials. I mean, she's kind of. I mean, everybody's always annoyed by commercials, but like going back and forth, and like now it's like, how long do these commercials last? And everybody's on commercials now. Everybody's on. I'm like, That's the way TV works. This is how they get paid. They're both hour-long shows. Commercials are probably going to come around the same time. Unless, I think that's why some stations started going on the 15-minute and the 5-minute. So when people started channel surfing and they went to another channel, that channel didn't have a commercial, so they might catch them and find something they like and come back later. But it's just like sitting there having to listen to somebody complain every single time the commercial goes on. And every time they click to their other channel, and there's a commercial going, oh, why are they both having commercials at the same time? This is ridiculous. I'm like, so where's my money? We give steroids to get over the. Oh, really? Wow. Well, I haven't gotten it. Of course, now I don't go anywhere, and I'm never around anybody. And every time I do go anywhere, I always wore a mask anyway, but I wear a mask now. But I got tested when I was in the hospital for COVID, and I got tested for that, whatever that other pneumonia is that they test you for. I don't know why they test. I guess it was kind of going around the hospital or something. But they tested me, and I was negative, and I was like, great. But I did finally get to see how it is with the COVID, how far they stick it up. Oh yeah, if you get further tomorrow, sorry, fish. I don't catch the comments so quickly. But all right, man. Thanks for coming in. I'll try to get back to El Estero eventually so I can run into you live. But I said my car's sitting right there, but I can't drive it. So I think eventually, since my parents got it for me, and I probably won't drive again. I mean, I'll wait a while to see how I develop more. But I just when I panic or when things kind of quickly around me, that's when I get all sort of off. So so now my mom's like maybe looking to sell it. I mean, it's in my name. It's in my name, my stepdad's name. But and see, this is the thing I don't like about the generational gap. Also, because my computers, they're older, and computers with me having all the stuff on them, all the editing stuff and everything. And mine aren't really expensive videos. Sometimes they run a little slow. And she doesn't own a computer, never been on a computer, but she reads a lot. She reads a lot. So I guess I was complaining about the computer being slow for something. She goes, oh, well, we'll fix all that when we sell your car, because then we'll get you better computers. I'm all, I don't really need a better one. It's because of what I do on it. It's going to be slow anyway, to a point, unless I spend a hell of a lot of money and get a big gaming computer. She goes, oh, well, I've been reading about the Macintosh, and you get a couple iMac notepads. I'm like, I know nothing about Mac. I don't work on Macs. Mac and IBM are totally different formats. The way the buttons you push to do things is totally different. At this point, with my mind, it would drive me nuts. So no, you can just get used to it. I'm like, you get on a computer and learn how to work a computer, and then you tell me that. But since you've never really used a computer in your life, or a smartphone for that matter, no. And I don't have any software for Mac. I mean, to buy like $400, $500, $1,000 programs, and usually the Mac ones are more expensive than IBM ones. So I'm like, that would put me back. That would make me spend a lot more money, and I don't think it would improve what I'm doing. But she knows because she's read about it. I'm the one that's living it. She's the one that's reading about it. So that's just some of the stuff I'm dealing with. I'm trying to just ignore it and go about my days. But I think you guys are really gonna like what I have coming for Wednesday. When both of them this week are really good. I said it's a video that I've always wanted to show on YouTube, but there's the copyright issue. Because all my videos in the 80s, I used really good 80s copyrighted music for them. And now that I'm on YouTube and I'm monetized, I can't play them. I can put them. I mean, I can't play them to make any money off them because all the money will go to the copyright owners. And if I start putting too many of those, even on my channel as members only, I might start getting copyright strikes because I'm suddenly just putting up so many that keep having copyright. So I think I found a way to work around it on the videos I want to put up. So this Wednesday is going to be the test. So I hope you guys like that test. And if that works out and I understand a little bit more about how it works, then hopefully I can start taking some of the other stuff that I thought I couldn't upload and upload. So we'll see how that goes. Well, I'm almost done with my second bottle of water. I said when I went in the hospital a while ago, I got really behind with water. So now I'm kind of still catching up and making sure that I'm drinking as much as I need to every single day. And it's hard when it's that water and it's not sweetened at all. I don't care about artificial sweeteners. I care less. I'll drink. That one used to be sweet. I think people got pissed and said they didn't want artificial sweeteners, so now it's not sweet. It's like bubbly. That new hip soda, bubbly, that's bubbled but not sweet. Which I just don't understand at all. Oh yeah, and I still gotta do. I told you I was gonna do the review of all the stuff, all the pictures of me in the hospital. Well, I had to postpone that a little bit because my stepdad, who they're on, all those photos and videos are on his phone. He's been working a lot because he's gonna retire. He's still working, but they're still not open all the way yet because he does banquets and his groups. But suddenly, for this week and next week, and I think maybe this whole month, he's got more work. And he won't go to work without his phone. And I can't steal his phone and just sit here and film what I want to film. Because he takes it with him to work and he's always checking out. So I found a few videos to put up until I do that one of him. Because after I do that one, I have a couple others I want to do too. But I kind of want to do the one of me and see what I look like with all the. Like I can take my hat off. I think you guys can see it right here. My golf hole. You guys see that? It's a big divot. I said I wish I was a good animator because I would actually animate somebody on my head golfing into this hole right here. But that was my drain pipe. when I smacked my head really hard and it was swollen, my brain was swollen, and they had to do the surgery. That's what I did surgery for. They put in an in pipe and an out pipe out of my head. So the moisture that was coming out of my brain, like when you bump yourself and the scab, before you get scab, you have all that white stuff that kind of oozes out of it. Not pus, but just the liquidy stuff that oozes out. Well, that was oozing out in my head because I smacked my head so hard that I basically bruised my brain or shook my brain enough that it was sweating. I think they call it. So yeah, they had to go. There was an in hole over here, and then that was my out hole. And I had them attached to a thing, and I had to take it with me everywhere I went. And when I laid down, they had a laser pointer on it because they had to keep. I mean, if I tilted my head, they would tilt it because they had to keep the drain pipe or the way it came out kind of even or something. So I always tried to sit perfectly straight up because they said if it doesn't drain, you die. But when they say if it doesn't drain, you die, it's got to be level. I turned my head like this. I mean, I almost wanted them to give me flicking a neck brace and a back, but I broke my back and it kept me all totally straight and even. Oh, is that what? Yeah. I don't know. I was out of it. I told you that story about all the stuff that was happening to me. Everything that happened with my hallucination, everything. Majority of that happened when I had the brain drain. I never saw it. I went like this and I could feel my hand. I could feel where the drain was and the end part. And I had the thing attached to me that was draining into. I could see it filling up and draining. It wasn't bloody, thank God. It was just clear. But my stepdad took pictures of all that stuff, and so that's what I want to react to. But I'm kind of waiting to do that one because of the aforementioned him going back to work. And then I have a couple other issues that happened in the hospital. I'm sure everybody else has kind of dealt with. Those are kind of good, funny ones. But yeah, brain shock. Yeah, I don't know. Supposedly they have a picture of me that I haven't seen, and right here, my whole head is black. It is bruised so badly, it's black. I don't remember because I never looked at myself during that time period for the week or so that it took for the bruise to eventually go away. But I did meet the surgeon that first time I woke up when I thought I was seeing the whole cast of The Big Bang Theory. The doctor that gave me the brain surgery, he came from that room that I thought they were in. And he walked over me 3 times and said, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm like, "Hey, how are you?" And he was like, "I'm the doctor that did the brain surgery on you." So I didn't ask him what was called or everything. I just shook his head and said, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." But I was I'm lucky I even remember him walking over. I mean, I think he was a surfer or something. I don't know, because he had bleach blonde hair. At least as far as I remember when he was walking over to me, I remember seeing his hair. And it was bleach blonde, like Guy Fieri. But I didn't think it was Guy Fieri walking over to me. I actually thought it was Sheldon from The Big Bang. I don't know why. Maybe it looked kind of like him. I thought it was him walking over there. And every time, all 3 times I walked over, he shook my hand and said, "Hi, I'm so-and-so. I'm the doctor that did your brain surgery." So I went, thank you so much." for saved my life. Well, I haven't put another one on yet. I don't know if anybody's going to come in, but. Oh, well, my eyes haven't started spinning yet. That's good. Of course, I'm sitting pretty straight up. I don't even like to sleep on my side anymore. I try to sleep with my head, like, because of the vertigo and stuff. Because it's, I mean, when you're laying down, you're sideways, so your head's still pretty much straight, but the whole orientation is. Sometimes when I lay on my side now, when I first lay that way, it kind of starts going. I have to like. I found that working the eyes like this, back and forth, for some reason it kind of helps when my eyes start spinning. I don't know if it's just psychological or if it actually helps.
Hello.
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 I got everybody in the lollipops now. Well, Ozzy was on here last week, and he was having a lollipop the whole time he was on with me.
Oh.
Yeah, he actually had a Tootsie Pop just like this.
Oh. I need a Tootsie Pop because I'm left out.
I found them again. For 3 years I always had lollipops with me. No, for like 10 years. 10 years I always had a lollipop. Everywhere I went.
Wow.
I didn't smoke, but when I DJed, when I went to the bars and I went out at night, everything, I always had one. Then I started smoking and gave up on these. And now that I don't smoke again, I'm like, I'll go back to the lollipop. That was fun. They have them at the dollar store.
Yeah. I need to feed the dog, so I'll hand you to Evie and be right back.
Okay.
Oh dear. Hey.
I wasn't expecting to have to hold it. They heard food.
Yeah.
They heard they're gonna feed you. Feed, food.
Yeah, she's still her dinner time's like 5 o'clock and what's the time?
Yep. And they know the words.
And
they know dinner, they know food.
Yeah, and we put the clock back in the weekend, so she's still getting used to, the
you guys changed time too?
Yeah, we went back an hour because we're in.
I didn't know you guys did. I thought it was only us.
Yeah, I guess you went forward an hour for summer, kind of.
Yeah, we spring forward and fall back.
Yeah, we went back, so because we're the opposite, we go autumn.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You're going winter.
Yeah, heading towards winter, which is kind of a asthmatic time anyway.
Oh yeah, I'm getting it too. Anyway, I haven't been outside. I'm out here at night, but
yeah,
there's still pollen around. It's windy and spring here, so it's getting worse.
Yeah.
And my mom opens all the windows every day. So.
Oh right, brings all the pollen in.
Oh yeah, I'm still sneezing and I get like the crusties in my eyes.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, I don't even go outside, but inside comes in when she opens all the windows.
It does, yeah.
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 And I hear her sneezing like crazy. She sneezes like 11 times in a row when she starts sneezing.
Oh wow, ouch! That must hurt your nose after that.
Yeah, just like for an hour straight, she's just sneezing.
Ouch.
And a minute later sneezing, and like a minute later sneezing, and like a minute later sneezing.
Another sneeze and another sneeze.
I counted one time. I told her, "You sneeze." She goes, "Not always." I'm all, "No, sometimes you only do 8, but a lot of times you do 11."
Yeah.
She's at that age where every time I tell her something, she doesn't believe me.
Well, there goes the light.
She goes, My mom goes, no, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. I'm like, I've been here every day for the past 10 days. And yes, you do. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. Everything I tell her, no, I don't. No, I don't. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to record
eh?
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to record her and then show her what she
Yeah.
does all day. I'm like, wait, I don't want to start arguments with her. I'll let it go.
Yeah.
I got her a little mad last night because I yawned, and when I yawn, I go. Yeah, I make a noise when I yawn. I yawn loud. I mean, I go.
There, put it.
Well, she does it too.
There you go. There you
And
go.
then she told me that she doesn't do that. I'm
Mm.
like, yes, you do. She goes, not all the time. I'm all no, but when you want to, you make a noise when you do it. And so I did it, and she told me to shut up or shh, because she was watching TV. And I was like, okay. So then about 20 minutes later, she did it while I was watching TV, and I looked over and went, shh, I can't hear it when you do that. And she just gave me this look like really? And I'm like,
Yeah.
you can do it to me. I still can't do it to you. Anyway, we're like
Yeah.
1480. What happened to the color on that thing?
Yeah, it's a vanilla Coke.
Yeah, they've changed the colour.
Oh, it's vanilla Coke?
Yeah.
They gave up on cherry, thank God.
I know, right? That stuff was disgusting.
Yeah, we're not really that.
They
big
still
on-
have cherry Pepsi.
The cherry.
Yeah,
They give-
I've had it.
I can say I've had cherry Coke. Hand on heart, it is horrible.
Now they got a new what's the new Pepsi? New Pepsi's called what? Nitro Pepsi or something?
Oh,
yeah.
I haven't tried it.
And it's creamy or something?
I'm not a huge fan of a lot of Pepsi stuff, but
I don't drink soda
if
at
I
all.
see it in the shop, I'm going to pick it up and have a try.
I do bubbly though.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's not bubbly brand I'm drinking, but
Yeah.
you got to go with sparkling water, unflavored, man. If you're gonna be hip these days,
Oh, really?
yeah, you got to go. This is Crystal Geyser, but it's got to have fruit and sparkly, but no sugar
Mm.
and no sugar sweeteners either.
Oh, wow. So no.
And now they
stevia.
have that new one. That new one you can do at home. There's that device you can buy that like turns your water into sparkling water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
soda stream.
But I don't think it's sweetened. There, everybody I see is just putting
It doesn't sweeten it. It just puts the
carbon
CO2
dioxide in there, the carbon, the CO2.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
just pumps the carbon into it to make
Yeah, I
it.
said this is like if you get an orange one, it's like cutting off the orange peel and putting it in a bottle,
So sour.
carbonating it and putting it in the fridge for a couple hours to get it cold and then drink it. That's all it is. It's like,
Sounds a bit bitter.
could you give me some of the orange itself, not just the orange
Yeah.
peel?
Yeah. Orange is quite sweet by itself.
I'll put it nice. The orange peel seems quite bitter, but it's very earthy. It's the earthy flavor.
Yeah, you use it in food
Mm.
for a zest. You flake
Yeah.
off some of the peel
Yeah.
with a cheese grater,
Yeah,
but it doesn't belong in water.
yeah, it's earthy. Yeah, I see where you get that. I wouldn't like it. Lemon rind water.
No.
I got a
Lemon water
hole
is
in mine.
fine. Lemon rind.
Oh, you
A
have
lollipop.
to.
It's got a hole.
Oh, wow.
There must be a hole in the Tootsie because the pop's gone and there's a hole into the Tootsie. Because you can't
Oh.
do these.
Yeah, I was gonna say time for a refund.
But you can't chew 'em.
hole in it.
I suck them all the way down to the stick.
Cool.
Never ever chew.
Hey, mate,
That's
That's the way-
hard not to do.
that's the way you get the most flavour as well. Is
Yeah,
there
then I suck on the stick for like hours afterwards, like a toothpick.
I can do that easily
And
myself.
people come by, girls come by, go, "Oh, can I have some of your lollipop?" And I pull it out. It's just a stick, and they're like, "Why are you sucking on this stick?" I'm all, "Well, it was a lollipop, but it's gone now."
The other thing, I guess it's like the old time straw in the mouth for the redneck farmer kind of.
So how's your channel doing, Bryce? Are you still doing it, or what are you doing?
Yeah. Bouncing around 600 at the moment on the subscriber number. I'm not too concerned because recently life has got in the way of anything.
Mm.
I just haven't been in the right mood for making
Well,
content.
I screwed mine up before I had this happen to me. When I started
Yeah.
throwing up all the old stuff,
Yeah.
I was just done with the fishing thing. I'm like, but I've gained. I'm up to like, what am I up to? 3,644 subscribers
Yeah.
now.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
You've jumped at least 500.
I've gained like 60 or 70 since I switched,
Yeah.
and now I don't care. I don't ask them to join me. I just like put up whatever I feel like it now. I'm like, hey, I had a stroke. Are we gonna argue with the cripple guy?
that's where I'm. That's almost where I'm headed with my content. Is I'm not asking a lot. I will have one reminder in the video or the live stream about thumbs up button or that. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm not hugely worried whether they subscribe or not.
Say hello.
There we go. I had to switch that.
There's either but anything else.
Hey, doggy.
There's Turbo.
Woof, woof.
Hey, woof woof.
Woof, woof. Did you get dinner?
I know. So she's got a nice full stomach.
Did you get? Yeah. Now she won't bark or anything when I say food or dinner.
I know, right?
Looks so, huh?
She's
Food?
always. She'll
Food?
have you believing that she doesn't have anything. She'll go,
Meow. Meow. All right, everyone.
Mm.
All right, Jetfish.
All good, buddy.
See ya. Night.
Thanks for coming in. Woof, woof.
Oh, who's that?
I got to look.
You did.
I got to look. What kind is that? Little Australia?
Blue heeler or Aussie kettle crossed with fox terrier.
Oh, that's a fox terrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like a mini Australian Shepherd, kind of.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. We didn't like them the size they were. We had to miniaturize them.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
We had to breed them with a fox terrier so they turned out smaller.
Was that what Fraser's dog was
Not sure.
on the TV show? I think he was a terrier, fox terrier.
There you go.
It was either fox terrier or Jack Russell. Very similar breed.
Oh, that's right. His was a Jack Russell.
Yeah, they are. They do look similar.
Similar. Jack Russell's a little smaller, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
And
Small,
then
medium, medium, and large. Small, medium, and large.
yeah.
Yeah, you're a medium, aren't you?
I want me a large dog one day.
What is it? Well, Australian Shepherd's sort of the large, right?
No.
My neighbor,
From medium to biggish.
I'd say they're medium.
yeah, my neighbor across the street, he has 2 Australian Shepherds.
I mean, by large,
And
I mean a German Shepherd or what's the other name?
My stepsister has one too,
Great Dane.
but he has his tail.
Yeah, Alsatian.
He has his tail. His tail's not cropped.
Oh, cool.
Hey, Angel.
Wrench.
Angel.
I can't give anybody a wrench when I'm in StreamYard. It doesn't work.
I'm sure she's
Blue.
got a wrench.
Yeah, she's blue.
Does she?
Yep.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
thought that's what.
Okay. I'm gonna have to I'm going to have to talk to my mates over at StreamYard and get them to at least
Add that Pomodoro
At
model
le-
on
at least-
the stream.
at least show the wrench symbol or
It doesn't show it on here.
mod of the moderator.
Yeah,
And when I hit the button, I can only time out or block them.
that'd be because she's wrenched. Yeah.
It
No,
only allows me to
that's
do
what-
wrenches and stuff when I'm on regular YouTube.
You only get time out and block on
Oh,
StreamYard.
okay.
Yeah, because I'm on my phone.
Yeah, even on the PC, if you went to StreamYard on the PC, you've only got the 2 options. So
You
yeah,
can't do it.
But that's good.
she's already
Oh.
ready, and she's proud. Of
Oh, you're already wrenched. All right. I thought I wrenched everybody before.
Oh, we've got at the moment we've got blood red seas
Oh, yeah.
over here.
All the algae and water.
We've got a bunch of algae over here, and apparently it glows at night. So we're going to try and get some video of that tonight.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah.
If we can, and then
I was
maybe
I was once at a party at Carmel Beach when we had the glowing algae.
Yeah.
So everybody was down there splashing in the water at night, and when the waves came, it all lit up. It's kind of cool.
All I've got to say is, I don't know whether you want to get into water with this stuff. It's
I
pretty
didn't.
bad.
We were just splashing in the puddles
Yeah,
that were on the beach. But when the waves crashed, it turned blue.
yeah. The
It
water
looked kind of cool.
is pretty bad at the moment.
That's what I'm putting up on Wednesday. I'm putting up an 80s party that I had at my house,
Whoop, whoop.
1988. I think
Let's
no,
go.
1986 party.
You got the disco tunes in the background and the disco ball hung from the ceiling.
No, it's not disco. It's 80s music. It's like
Was that what 80s was? Disco?
it's 80s music. I have like flock of seagulls hair. I have like long hair and it's all like flopped over and coming over my face.
Just a tiny bit broad.
And we do a lot of dancing and stuff. It was pretty fun. I've met some of the people that are in it recently and they're like, "Do you still have that videotape that we filmed 40 years ago?" I'm like, "Yeah."
That's the picture someone took of the water around here.
Oh yeah, that's where it's white is actually glowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's glowing blue glow.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what the waves were doing. But if you stepped in the water, all the splash lit up.
A little video up.
Yeah, I'll just turn it down a bit. Look, there you go.
Yeah, I
Still
know
white.
it's really cool.
Yeah, blinking camera.
There's a quick video.
I
Hey,
mean,
look, I still kind of am a fisherman.
oh wow, you've still got your hook.
Still in my pocket.
Yeah.
From the last time I fished, I have a hook. Must have been from the pier because it's a number 6.
Oh, it must have.
There you go.
We're looking at Australia. They have the glowing
New
algae
Zealand.
right now. Or New Zealand.
Hey,
Yeah.
They have the
New
glow.
Zealand.
It happens here. Yeah. Showing me pictures or the video of it.
Yeah, we've had it here before.
Yeah, it's all
We
sparky.
have water.
Yeah, it's right there. Got my last pills to take.
Oh, nice. Yummy.
This one is blood pressure,
Oh,
a
yeah.
little one. And this one is cholesterol, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. They put you on cholesterol stuff when you have a stroke.
this one is
Yeah.
just pure blood
Trying
sugar.
to keep your blood clean and really cholesterol in the bloodstream.
Just pure blood sugars.
Yep.
Yep.
And I have a bruise. I have a bruise right here.
Oh wow,
Oh, ouch.
that's a decent.
But it doesn't hurt, and I don't remember hitting it.
I got a nice one.
Ooh, nice. See, I
Yeah.
bruised like a peach.
That was from a blood test on Friday.
Oh, I don't know. I saw this when I
He
was.
ended up in hospital.
with my
When
asthma.
when I was taking a shower, I saw I'm like, why am I purple right there? And I couldn't tell, but then the next day, now it's all like kind of green and brown. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Takes
and
on
then
that
this appears from a cut. I don't know. I think that's where they had the IV in me. But
Yeah.
that was, I don't know why it would turn purple now. But it doesn't hurt, you know? Bruises are supposed to hurt from like hitting something. It doesn't hurt when I push on it. So I'm like, why do I have a bruise then?
No, the bruise doesn't have to hurt, but if you bruise something, usually it'll come out yellow and then it'll go
Yeah,
black and blue like that.
And then
Or
Yeah.
purple.
this one's more like brownish green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had them all over my stomach because they were giving me the blood thinner, but they were giving me shots
Oh, that
Ouch,
stuff does.
every
I would-
night. And the girls were like, I mean, seriously, throwing it into me.
Yeah.
I mean, she come in and goes, "Oh, time for your." She goes, "Give me the pills," and she goes, "Oh, here's your shot." She lifts me up and she go like, "Took." There you go. I'm like, Jesus, you actually
know
let go of that thing on the way in.
I had bruises all over my stomach from that. I spent like only 9 days in hospital with a skin infection, and I was
She had
getting
one. She
that
came one
stuff.
time.
The bruises all over.
She came one time right here on my side, and she went to put it in, and it stopped.
Oops.
It's like my muscle was thick or tight or something. She put it in.
Yeah.
She's going like this. She's like, why isn't it going in? And she pushed on even harder, and then it just like popped through. And then
Ow.
she squeezed it, and then she pulled it out of me. I'm like,
Ouch.
I'm all glad I'm not scared of needles, girl. Yeah, she was like, they were stabbing me every night. Like she was having fun doing it. And so when I came home first from the hospital, you look at my stomach, and there were like 5 or 6 round bruises all over my stomach. My mom thought, what are those from? She just stabbed me like crazy with this stuff. Like I almost had her stand across the room and throw it at me.
Ruthless.
I should have videotaped it. I'm all, okay. Let me get the camera set right. Okay, see if you can get that needle in me from across the room, please. Get it stick in, and then come over and squeeze it in.
Yeah.
All right, good.
As luck would have it, from across the room, they'd hit you.
I could have drawn a bullseye on my stomach. I'll give you $5 if you hit this spot. $10 is over here.
Yeah.
You know, those nurses you have in there, all like
Okay. Yeah.
21. They're just out of school.
Young. Yeah.
Some of them are hella young. Just out of the hella, yeah.
They're all like, all of them. I don't know if it's a teaching hospital or what, but they were all like 21, 20, 21. Yeah, just out. I'd ask them something. They're like, well, this will be my first time doing it. I'm like,
Oh, you know what
all right, don't worry about me.
you're doing. Yeah.
Did I freeze up? I froze up, didn't I?
Hey, pilot,
you're
how
fine.
often have you flown this plane?
My first time.
Oh, this will be my first time,
flight.
sir.
Yeah.
Oh, there I came.
Get off the plane.
How many times have I what?
How many times have you flown the plane?
Yeah,
Oh.
you've been in a plane and the pilot said this is his first flight. You
Right,
know,
yeah.
Get off the plane.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell the one story about something I had done while I was in the hospital 8 times. I had them do it to me 8 different times.
Yeah.
And majority of the people that did it to me had never done it to an actual person. They'd only done it in class, like to a dummy or something.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
I guess that's
I'm all, have you ever done this? No. Well, come on over here, sit down. I'll show you how. They're all like being gentle and stuff. I'm all, no, it doesn't hurt that much. Shove a little harder. I'm all, it might stop right about here. You'll get a little resistance. Okay, you feel it? Yeah. Okay, right about there. Ooh, this will hurt a bit, but yeah, push a little harder. Push a little. Oh, there you go. All right, you got it. All right, we're good now. Thanks. I actually did. I had one of those. I had one in my throat for like, because I was on a ventilator.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I had one up my nose that went into my stomach, so
Oh,
they
yeah.
give me food.
Yeah, nasogastric.
Well,
Yeah.
we were doing something, and I pulled the one out, right?
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Oh, we're still going to be feeding you later." I'm all, hand it to me. I'll put it back in. So they handed it to me, and I actually
You fit it back in. Oh wow.
yeah, I put it back in my nose and ran it down into my stomach. I'm all right, give me that thing, and they gave me the thing to put on the end of it so they could hook
Yeah.
up. Because the one that was in there it wasn't working. She was putting food on the end of it and trying to squeeze it in. It was blocked,
Oh right.
and I spent like a half hour on it, and I was like, I got pissed off, and I just grabbed it. I grabbed it and pulled it out of my nose, and I'm all, give me another one. And I actually stuck it back in. And it stayed there for a couple of days, but I was eating again. And I
Yeah.
kept it in anyway. I was still eating. And they were kind of like, we don't think you need that thing in your nose anymore. And I'm like, well, I'll pull it back out. I don't want to put this one in anyway. And the doctors are like, what? I'm like, yeah. The girls were scared to do it. So I just stuck it in until it went all the way down and I got it back in my stomach. And they're like, I don't think we've ever had a patient do that. I'm all, well, it didn't hurt.
Always a first.
The ventilator thing was a bitch. I don't even remember, but I remember them. It took me 3 times to get to come out of my mouth.
Oh wow. Yeah.
lovely.
And everybody in there, all the doctors, everybody saying, come on, you can do it, you can do it. I don't even know what I was doing. I was so drugged out. They just kept saying, come on, it's almost out. And then finally they're like, there we go, good job. And I'm like, what did I do? But I think I have video of it, so I'm gonna watch the video to see what I actually did.
That'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it as a video. I'm gonna react to a video I've never seen of me. But I remember them cheering me on. Because the first 2 times they're like, no, put it back.
Remember, you're talking to someone who got a nurse's cert of 5 odd
Have
years
you ever
ago.
had anything like that in you?
I
They
haven't.
they say not to have it done unless you really, really have to.
I've had a
A ventilator.
They put a scope down into your stomach to look and
Ugh.
see what's going on there.
No, I guess I was on the ventilator. So this was
Trying
going,
to gag it up all the time.
yeah, this is what was helping me breathe.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just remember they were all cheering me on and talking. And it was big. I think it was like that big around or something.
They are big. That's why when you have an operation, you wake up with a sore throat.
Yeah. And I kept trying to talk when I had it in. And I couldn't understand why I couldn't talk. Yeah.
Open like that.
Yeah.
I never saw a picture of me, so I didn't know it was even in me.
Oh
'Cause
wow.
I was on the sedatives or whatever they had me on, so I didn't even know.
Hmm.
And all of a sudden they started like pulling this thing out of me, and I'm like, "What are you pulling out of me? I don't even know." So yeah, I said that was my first time in the ICU.
Yeah.
I've never had an operation, so.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah. I haven't been in ICU as far as I'm aware. And the last operation I had would have been to rectify a scar that happened when I came off the motorcycle. Came within half an inch of the bone, apparently.
Yeah,
And that
but I got,
done at the doctor's office.
for pulling teeth, I got put out. But that
Yeah.
wasn't the same. They just came in, put the thing on my hand, said, count backwards to 10. And I remember getting to like 5 or 4 or something. And then,
You're out.
yeah, and then I woke up throwing up.
Yeah.
That's quite horrible when they put you out with the gas. So I've had
Yeah.
time when they couldn't find a vein to put the stuff in. So they put me under the gas, and it's horrible because you can become dizzy before you go out. You like feel
Yeah,
like
I was
you're
like, all I remember is I was in the waiting room with my mom and I was bent over. And when I came to, I was like just throwing up, and it was all
Oh,
blood
yeah,
from everything that drained down.
yeah.
And I looked at her and said, "What the hell did they do to me?"
Yeah.
And my mom was like, almost throwing up herself because of what I was throwing up. She's all like, she's like, "Can we get somebody to clean this up or get a bucket? Because it's horrible in here." And I felt terrible. I felt terrible for like 3 days.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't
Yeah,
even eat.
I'm on the waiting list to go and get a tooth taken out that's still under the gum. It's a wisdom tooth that's still under the gum that's growing into my cheek.
Ugh.
So I've got to get that taken out. It gets quite sore.
I had 4 teeth pulled for my braces.
Oh, right.
2 on the bottom and 2 on the top.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I had room for my wisdom teeth, so they let them come in. But that's why my teeth are all crooked now. Because there wasn't enough room.
Yeah.
So when they came in, they pushed everything forward, and that's how
Oh,
teeth
yeah.
are all crooked
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I heard about what people had with wisdom teeth, and I'm like, hey, if they come in and bend my teeth a bit, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to have wisdom
A
teeth.
little bit better than what you get with wisdom.
I only
Yeah,
had
I'm all
one
these
wisdom-
4 were enough.
I had one wisdom tooth that grew down properly, but the dentist took it out because it was pushing all my teeth along here and causing pain.
Mine
Oh,
are in,
Still under the gums.
but they're still a little bit back.
Oh, yeah.
So there's still a little bit of gum over the back side of them.
Yeah.
And that was a problem for a while because when I bit down, sometimes that gum would get bit
Oh, yeah. Ow.
and it would swell on me. But
Yeah.
the top ones, they're in so far that I can actually put my tongue all the way behind them.
Oh wow.
Wow. Gosh.
Lovely.
But my bottom ones both have a little bit of gum sitting up right against the end of them.
Yep.
And I used to bite it, or when I eat food and it would catch it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was miserable for a while because it would swell up.
That's got to be worse than either biting the inside of your cheek or biting your tongue.
Ow.
But I
Yeah.
figured, hey, it's better than having them pull them.
Yeah.
So I just heard from so many people how terrible it is when they have their wisdom
Yeah.
teeth.
No, I've got a good bunch of teeth that could probably get pulled. To be honest.
Yeah, that was a great thing I heard when I was with the orthodontist, and he goes,
But yeah.
"Well, now that we've pulled those teeth,
Mhm.
it looks
don't-
like your wisdom teeth will come in fine." And I'm like, "Well, I can deal with that."
Give you a lot of laughing gas.
So, what are you doing now with your channel, Bryce?
What am I doing with it at the moment? It's basically static.
What are you doing?
I have got a whole book of this ticket, which I'm going to scratch on a live stream fairly soon.
Oh, you're still doing ticket videos?
I
Haven't done it for a long time.
haven't done it for ages, but,
Probably over a year or so, I think.
but I thought, well, why not?
Mm.
Yeah,
Just because I still have a lot of that community following me, and I still have
Yeah.
a lot of that community popping in and saying, hi, every time I stream or have a video or everything like that. So why not?
well, yeah. I said me is different. I'm just kind of going to vlogging now.
And I'm doing whatever I want to almost.
Yeah, that's kind of with me too.
If I get a short video with my phone and I go, oh, that's cool. And
Yeah.
it's 60 seconds, it's vertical. I upload it to YouTube because typically does okay.
It's like the one I did today. I just put up. I found an old. Do you remember the McKinsey brothers?
Oh my word.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the 80s, the Canadians. Hey. Well, I found a Pizza Hut commercial with them in it.
Yeah, I just thought you'd put it up when I saw you were live. So I was like, oh, I'll jump onto the live and I'll watch
Yeah,
it.
I just stuck it up. I didn't even put a thumbnail on it. That was mine.
Hey,
But
I
but-
find
but-
I find a lot of the YouTube picked thumbnails where you let YouTube pick the 3 or 4 thumbnails for you, and then you can choose between them.
Yeah,
find
I
a
just
lot,
left one. It's one of the
Work.
McKinsey brothers together.
a lot of
Yeah.
them work better than making your own thumbnail and uploading that.
Mm.
Yeah, well, I was going to make the beginning because the beginning of it, I have Monty Python going, and now for something completely different. And the guy's sitting on the desk in a bikini. So I was going to use that as the thumbnail, but then I forgot to do it before I had the video all set and ready to upload. And I went, I'll just let YouTube pick one this time. It's not that important. But it's only 20 seconds. I could have put up as a short.
Yeah,
For,
true.
for all the thumbnails and effort I've gone to do attractive thumbnails and all that, a lot
Mine
of
are all
lot
custom.
the one YouTube picks is by and far the best shot out of that whole video.
Mm.
Yeah, but it's not always the shot
always
that'll get more
nice
views.
and
Though.
shot.
No.
It's not always conveying what's actually in the video. But
If you watch the big players like Mr. Beast and some of those guys, they'll change the thumbnail like 3 or 4 times in the first hour.
Oh wow.
yeah, there's a massive reason behind that, and that's just due to
Yeah, they know what they're
Due to-
expecting. And if
due
it
to
doesn't
video
get it, they
editor.
change it.
Release the video, and we'll worry about the thumbnail after
Later.
we release the video.
No, they change it right away, and they often change their title a couple times within the first hour.
Oh wow. I guess they
Because
do.
I'll get something sent from like Mr. Beast, and then when I come out here at night, I'll get it in my daily feed to watch, and I'll go, Mr. Beast, and I go, oh wait, that's not the video that I saw earlier, and I go, oh wait, oh yeah, it is. He changed the thumbnail and he changed the title
Yeah.
because they know what they expect when it gets out there, and if it's not running to where they expect,
That's
they
that
change
big
it right away. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be bad to do it, but it doesn't hurt you. I'm all, well, this guy's doing it. He knows what he's doing.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I'll do that. Sometimes in the
But-
first hour, if my thumbnail's not working in the title,
Here's
I'll
the
change
thing.
it that quick and put up a new
Here's
one.
the thing. Do you have 5.5 million views per video?
5.5. He has 75 million viewers,
Wow.
Per video.
Great.
and he even changes them. Oh, it only got 10,000 views in the first 10 minutes. I better change the thumbnail and title.
And we're going.
What a problem to have, right?
Love that.
Only
10,000.
10,000. Damn it. We got to get a better thumbnail, guys, and we got to get a better title. It should
I wanna-
have 15 million by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see 50 million. 50 million. Yep.
I'll be back.
Hey, what's the
Yeah,
time?
Well, funny, since I switched my channel,
Yeah.
YouTube got a hold of me and said, keep doing what you're doing. Your videos are getting more views and people are responding to it more than your channel in the last like 10 years. So I'm like, wow. I started uploading stuff from 35 years ago and YouTube tells me to keep doing it. I have videos now that I just put up. The last skate one I just put up, it already has over 1,000 views. And I'm like,
Nicely done.
and I have like 3 of them that already have over 1,000 in like a
Yeah.
month. I mean, I don't get that kind of view.
Archival into our videos. So
Well,
your
see, when
old videos have a
in-
big part of that.
In 2006, when I started, when it was brand new, in 2000,
Yeah.
I'd put up videos that were kind of current to what's going on, and some of them would get 15, 20, 30,000 views within the first week or two,
Yeah.
Wow.
and that was nothing. But now how YouTube is,
Mm.
I can't getting 1,000 in a week is like really big.
Yeah.
It's fucking surprising.
Yeah.
I know, and for video that's 30 years old,
Yeah.
30-year-old video from a demo, and I just throw it up. unedited,
Yep.
and it's up to almost 1,100 views now in like a week and 2 weeks, week and a half or something. I'm like, and it's averaging like 10, 15 views a day, and it's that
Nice.
old. And I'm
Nice.
like, and it's coming from browse features, which means people are scrolling and seeing the image of me with the red eyes and the bugged out psychotic face, and they're clicking on it because they're seeing that.
Yeah.
And then the other ones that are good that I have that are good to get if they get into search, it's either search or browse feature that you really want. Because browse feature, the thumbnail's getting them. Search, it's the title that's getting them. So I've learned that. So that's what I'm trying to do with my old stuff.
Yeah.
Because I have one that's it's like 2 years old and it was up to 2,000 views a month.
Oh wow.
Now
Nice.
it's down to 1,300, but it's 2 years old.
Mm.
Actually, no, it's a year old, and it's still getting over 1,000 views a month. So, and it's 100% search. So if you get them into search, like you might title it "How to Remove That Weird Bump on Your Neck." Everybody's gonna search for that.
I know, right?
You
The
just got to
most-
make it a fun video.
The most views I have got on a live stream is 24,000,
Well, that's really good.
Yeah.
and I've got one video. I've got another live stream that's got 2,500.
Well, my lives don't get much.
That'll be
That's
my
when-
top two.
And that's when we got jealous people that put the channel down.
I
Yeah,
think
that-
I have one. I think I have one video that has 300,000.
Yeah, that's when we were doing the live sport commentary. Alternative.
No, this one's it's a fake ghost video.
Oh yeah.
I need to
Yeah.
do more of those. But
Yeah.
nowadays it's so clogged, they don't get many views. I put that thing up. I put it up in 2006 or 2007 when YouTube was new,
Yeah,
and
I
it just took off,
Mm.
want to get
and it's
back
unmonetized.
sport commentary. I do want to get back into alternative sport commentary again, especially for stuff I know about like rugby and all that. But
Tumor's
unfortunately,
getting bigger.
it's a
The
hard
hole's getting bigger.
it's a hard old time, especially if there's going to be idiots getting
I was gonna do a ghost video in my house.
bloody hard.
Mm.
I was gonna do a video, "Is my house haunted?" And I was gonna use my puppet as the ghost.
Oh yeah.
The one that I took to the hospital with me, and the one that because I figured out.
know the one.
Well, I know how to do things that move along with you and around you
Mm-hmm.
really well,
Yeah.
and it's like
Anyone,
I found a way that I can really fake
Does
the
them well.
video, and you can't tell.
Well, it's even better.
Mm.
Well, it's like you can have somebody walking behind you,
Yeah.
Oh,
or you can do other stuff, and they're kind of see through in that,
Yeah.
but they react to the shadows and everything. So I was thinking of doing that with using my puppet, because I had the near-death experience and I had him with me at the hospital. So part of me, my spirit left me, and it must be in my puppet now.
Oh
so
wow.
So he's come to life. So I'm gonna script this story and everything,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna film it with that puppet as who's come and who's in my house and who's haunting me.
Oh man,
Sounds like fun.
that sounds like it'd be a fun little skit.
Mm.
Yeah, I just got to get motivated to film it.
That's the
I got
hard.
every night I work it out in my head.
Yeah, that is the hard part. Getting
Yep.
motivated.
Mm.
Unfortunately,
Especially after a stroke.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
like,
even after battling through COVID,
I mean,
it just took so much
I'm-
out of
I'm getting
me.
better at sitting down and editing
Live
now.
stream. We did one live stream
Yeah,
the entire time.
that was tiring.
And that went on for 5 odd hours. And I had enough at the 3 hour mark. But
Well,
I
see,
kept
with me
going.
now,
Because
with me now,
people were still
I
chatting.
forget like one little thing because of my brain. I forget how to do like one little thing, and then I sit there and go like,
Oh,
how
no.
do I do that again? How do I do that?
Yeah.
Like today, that video I put up today, I rendered it, and then I went into the folder where I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot what I named it that quickly,
Oh no.
and I thought I named it. See, right now I don't even remember my name. Something. Oh, I thought I named it completely different. So I kept going down to the C's and looking. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it. And I saved it again. It said already exists. And I'm like, where? I'm like, all right, replace it. And then I kept going and I searched for it. And then it came up completely different, but I put something in front of it. So it was in the S's.
Ah.
And so I was frustrated for like an hour at least. Kept going back to that folder and scrolling down
Yeah.
and scrolling down and scrolling down and seeing C. Okay, C-O. Okay. It should be here. C-O-M. Okay. Nothing. Then we go to C-D. And I'm like, all right, search. And when I typed it in and finally it put something completely different. I'm like, oh, I named it something completely different. Duh. And so then I found it. And then I was able to upload it. But I was in there frustrated for 2 hours.
Oh,
I feel
wow.
ya, buddy.
That's crazy.
I feel you.
I didn't used to do that before the stroke.
It's like forgetting the password and not having the password written down and forgetting it. You're just
Well,
like, what the fuck did I use?
I do that too, but I have my computer remember them all because I do it on
I'm
desktop.
proud of this word. And you
But then
type
I forget.
and-
There's some place
and
you
then
can
you-
go in your computer and it
type
shows
the
you all.
name.
But I forgot where that is now. So if I forget a password, somewhere on your computer you can hit something and you click on it and it comes up and it has like Netflix, Amazon. It has everything in every single password and what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably in your
But-
browser.
Yeah,
Probably
but
in
I
your-
forget how to find that now. I found it accidentally once, and I went,
Yeah.
"Oh, great!" But now I let it give me the best password, the one that you could never
Yeah.
remember, because
Yeah.
it's like // comma,
because it's not
Yeah.
that damn long.
Yeah.
number sign, 831 X capital Z lowercase I exclamation point star whatever. That's what all mine are now. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm screwed if I lose it and have to do this over.
True.
I'm
Well-
gonna have to go in and let it create them and save them again because,
Yeah.
or if I have to transfer it. That's why I don't have half of them in my
Reset the
phone.
Password game.
Yeah.
I used to play the reset your password game every time I logged
Yeah,
on.
well, all the same apps I have my phone that I use on my desktop.
Yep.
They don't work on my phone because I don't know the password, and I'm not gonna write down those crazy ass long ones and try to and sit here and type them in on the phone. Especially
Yeah,
now with what
I've done
happened.
that once or twice.
Yeah.
Because I've got three. Yeah, I've got three computers. Two that run Ubuntu Linux, and one that's running Windows, which is what I'm on right now.
But see, that's the thing. Now that my mom tells me to get all new computers and do all I'm like, she doesn't understand all that stuff. She thinks
Yeah.
you buy a new computer, like if I get an iMac, a notebook,
Yeah.
I open it up, it has everything I need to do anything I have to do. I don't have to buy anything for it. I'm like,
Yes.
that's not the way they come.
There's
None
a
of the
lot-
software I
there's
need
a
is
lot
on
of
there.
work- There's a lot of work to do to build up a system.
They don't come with Photoshop. They don't come with Acid. They don't come with SoundForge. They don't come with all those $800,000 programs.
No, they
You
don't.
got to buy all that.
Oh,
And she goes, oh, computers don't come with everything you need. I'm all, yeah, maybe everything for scrolling the internet, or if you're on a phone for getting Facebook or doing Outlook or WordPress or something. Those are on there, but none of the stuff for graphic design and editing, except
Yeah.
for the free stuff, which is crap.
Well, Windows, Microsoft Paint is still on Windows, and it's now Windows 11, and you still
Yeah,
get
but I
the
use-
old bitmap Microsoft Paint software with it. You don't get.
But see, you got to
Yeah.
learn the language of a program, and I've never used those programs. So for me to learn it, it's like learning a new language, which takes a long time.
Put it nice. The Paint software that comes with Windows pre-installed is the
Yeah, but if I get an iMac, I can't get it.
most simple one you can ever get. I do not
I
know
can't work
what
on simple ones.
do not
I
know
need really
what the-
complicated.
The iMac is.
See,
I'm
but
not-
I need really complicated as far as for photo editing, because that's what I learned on.
Yeah,
When it's really simple, I'm confused. I'm
Um,
like, what? What?
yeah.
I learned all these complicated filters and everything. And so
Yeah.
they simplify it and call it something else than that. And I'm like sitting there going, what? What? What?
Yeah, that's why I've got a favorite photo editing program on Windows. It's called Paint.net from getpaint.net. It is beautiful. It names its stuff almost the same as Photoshop names its stuff,
Yeah.
and you can just about do everything Photoshop does.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of them you can, but I rather just work on the one that I've had for 25 years
Yeah, true that one.
because I can go in and whip stuff out. Really
if you know the tiger, why not play with it?
Yeah.
Right. Well, I had not Pagemail, Dreamweaver. My friend made
Oh,
my
that's
original
great.
website on Dreamweaver. I
Oh,
sat there.
talk
I
about-
sat and loaded Dreamweaver. I loaded the clothing website he made for me in Dreamweaver, and I wanted to switch it over for my Center Coast Baths. It took me like 6 months because I didn't understand the language. I didn't know what
Yeah.
what boxes were, what spots
Yeah.
were. I didn't know what homepage. I didn't know what show in window meant. All that stuff. I was like, and then all of a sudden it came to me, and I made my whole website in like
Yeah.
a day. But it took me 6 months to
Dreamweaver is a
understand.
completely different language to most content
Yeah.
management systems.
It's frustrating.
It's completely different.
Mm.
Most of the time, Wix, WordPress, Weebly, you can jump
It's funny. Have you ever heard of Bryce?
It doesn't matter. You can make your own website because it's the same language.
Have you ever heard of Bryce?
It's a totally different one.
Bryce. Have you ever heard of Bryce?
Have I ever heard of Bryce?
There's a really cool 3D rendering software, and it's called Bryce. Your name.
Wow.
No,
And I had it all the way up to Bryce 4. Yeah, you can do spheres. You can do all kinds of three-dimension, and you can animate it with all the different camera angles and everything. There's a
Wow.
bunch of sample movies they show that people made for TV. Volkswagen used it for when they had the car inside the pinball machine for when they're commercials.
Oh yeah.
They made it all in Bryce. I could never figure it out. I could do stills in it, but I could never figure out how to make a movie in it
Wow.
because you have to do all the specs and all the stuff, the way it's named, and you have to make the trail for where the video is going to follow,
Yep.
and then you have to assign all the different cameras and all that. And I could kind of get it, but I could never get to the point where I could render and make a video. I used it for a lot of still stuff, but I gave up on figuring out how to do animation with it because I
Do you
just
know is it still around and being?
yeah, look it up. Look it up. It's spelled the same way your name is spelled, and I don't know what they're up to now. Last time I got it, it was Bryce 4.
Oh wow.
But I showed you in some of my, if you ever seen some of my clothing video,
Yeah.
when I have the spheres in the photo,
Oh,
or
yeah.
some of the really like, it looks like ice or some weird wall they're in or something, or they're standing on some weird floor. I created that floor in Bryce through 3D. but they gave me samples of the videos they made in it, and they're really cool. And I wanted to do it, but I just could not figure out the language. I couldn't. I
Oh.
could see the frames and that, but I couldn't render anything. Yeah, you can make stuff. You can make plants. You can make trees. You can do everything in there.
Taken
You
from
can
my namesake, Rice Canyon.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do canyons. You can do the Grand Canyon. You
Holy
can do.
fuck, it's been out for 28 years.
Yep.
Yeah. I started working on it that long ago. What are they at now? Bryce what? Bryce what? What's the number of it?
Came out.
What's the newest one? Bryce 28? Because I had Bryce 1, Bryce 2, Bryce 3, Bryce 4. I think that's the last one.
7.1 from December 23, 2010. Looks to be the latest.
I worked on it in 1998.
And it looks like it doesn't have Windows 10 support. It only supports up to Windows 7.
That was
Yeah,
cool.
I said I worked on it in 1998,
Yeah.
1996.
It looks
That's-
like it's been
My computer would hardly even handle
for
it.
a few years.
Yeah, it does.
You got to give it a try, though.
Software was written in. Wonder
You
if
might be able to figure it out. And you could work on Bryce. What better? Working
Yeah.
on your own software.
might have to do a video or a live stream.
There's someone that did it
Yeah.
last year. Stream Bryce.
All right, guys, I'm going to have to go now.
Okay.
You're going to have to go. We need to get moving because that sea may be about to glow again. I don't know.
Yeah, I got to get some.
Get dark soon. Yeah.
I got to get some food in me before it's too late. It's already almost midnight here.
Yeah. And if anyone's still watching, you follow and subscribe on my side.
There's 2 people.
You will see that glowing sea if you're not already subscribed. And I'm saying that not just for the 2 watching,
Yeah.
but for
There'll
the
be people watching afterwards.
who are viewing later.
I think I'm going to start doing my lives talking to a dead man. See how that works. Because according to the doctors, I should be dead. So,
Wow. I'm glad you're not.
yeah, I know. Me too. I don't even remember going into the operation. So,
Wow.
You're gonna have to. You're gonna have
I would
to
have been dead and not even known I was going to be dead.
You're
Yes.
your channel.
rename your channel Dr. Fish, and then you can say live with Dr. Fish.
I said I was going to put talking to a dead man. See
Ah,
how it goes. All right, guys. Thanks for coming in.
Yep.
See ya.
Yeah.
I'll see you. I'll be up, I think, next Monday. And goodbye, everybody else. Well, everybody else checked out already.